Hey folks, I know it's been a while, 3 or 4 months since I've done a video. Had a little bit of a health issue the last couple of months, so I decided to stay off YouTube for a while, take care of myself, get myself back into somewhat decent health. Anyway, I'm doing this video for my friend Americana Sam, black and white covers. He did a original video a while back, and I believe he's had 36 or 37 thread responses. So we were in conversation the other night, and he said, "Why don't you get back into it and do the black and white cover thing?" I thought that was a great idea. So here I am back from oblivion. Hopefully, crank out some videos in the near future. Anyway, black and white covers. That's the theme. Go check out Sam's channel, one of the best in the VC, as you all know. And if you haven't done a thread yet, do one. I'm going to start out with Bryan Adams. This is Cuts Like a Knife from 1983. You know, I always liked Bryan Adams in the 80s, kind of a rocker Canadian dude. There he is. Had some success on MTV, had a lot of big hits off of this album, by the way. He's got This Time, Straight from the Heart, and Cuts Like a Knife, the title track. Solid Canadian rocker, Bryan Adams. Next up, staple in my collection, Billy Joel's The Stranger, 1977. Here's with his band in the back and Phil Ramone, the producer. Just a virtual greatest hits album in itself. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Moving Out, Vienna. Oh, The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, She's Always a Woman, just one banger after the next. Of course, Billy, took a little bit of a hiatus after a certain amount of time. He did albums through, I guess, early 90s and then sort of packed it in. Still touring, of course, until the recent health thing came up and bit him in the butt. But long career, great songwriter, underrated in my opinion, melodic, does a lot of good things, and I think he's vastly underrated and poked fun at. He had a good documentary not long ago that I watched on TV as well. Very informative. Each album presented in chronological order, and a lot of good stuff behind the scenes. This one of the best, Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run from 1975. Happened to be my graduation year. Very memorable to me when this first came out. Bruce, there's Clarence on the back. Open it up, and you got them side by side. All the lyrics in the gatefold, which is very important for Bruce Springsteen. Great black and white cover, landmark, quintessential Bruce album. His third album, make or break album, and this really sent him off and running. Thunder Road, a great opening track. Jungle Land, a great closing track. And everything in between. 10th Avenue, Freeze Out, sort of the story of the band forming. Backstreets, Born to Run, She's the One, Meeting Across the River. Just a all-time album. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I know Sam's not as fond of this album as I am. Echo from 1999. Kind of a dour, depressing, going through divorce, addiction. Howie Epstein, the bass player, doesn't show up for the cover. They moved on without him and eventually changed bass players, brought back the original guy from the band. I like these songs, in particular, Room at the Top, Counting on You, Free Girl Now, Swingin', Billy the Kid, all decent songs, not epic Petty songs, but still they work in the context of what he was going for at this time in his life, and that's important. Very autobiographical in nature. There's one that doesn't get a lot of play. Linda Ronstadt's Heart Like a Wheel from 1974. This is her big album, from country rock to torch rock to whatever she was doing. She became a big touring sensation in the 70s with some great band members like Waddy Wachtel, and Kenny Edwards was a bass player and arranger. She had some really good. Andrew Gold was on that band. But anyway, You're No Good was the big single from this particular album. She does Faithless Love, J.D. Souther tune, beautiful, who was her boyfriend at the time. When Will I Be Loved, the old Everly Brothers song. Willin', the Lowell George from Little Feat tune. Hank Williams is on here, a cover of his I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. And James Taylor cover as well with You Can Close Your Eyes. A good selection. Linda is one of the best at cover songs, and she would go on to prove that with the next 4 or 5 albums after this. They're probably just as good, but this was the one that really put her into the superstar realm. And here we go with the Eagles, The Long Run, their 6th album from 1979. This is the follow-up to Hotel California, of course. Good songs, great songwriters, Glenn Frey and Don Henley cranking them out. Joe Walsh is in the band at this time, along with Don Felder and Timothy B. Schmidt. They had hits off this album like Heartache Tonight, The Long Run, I Can't Tell You Why with Timothy Schmidt, In the City, a Joe Walsh song, and some of these other edgier songs that I like Those Shoes, Disco Strangler, King of Hollywood, and The Great Sad Cafe to wrap it up. Beautiful, beautiful songwriting. Here's a greatest, this is Minute by Minute by the Doobie Brothers. They had changed their sound a little bit. They had the Tom Johnston early stuff. They added Michael McDonald right here as the lead singer and frontman of the band. And this was a big album. It's a Grammy-winning album, Minute by Minute, and of course, What a Fool Believes, co-written by Kenny Loggins, of all people. Jeff the Skunk Baxter right here, great guitar player, and Patrick Simmons, who was an original band member as well. So here we go. This is the Doobie Brothers. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, epic album from them. And Peter Gabriel's solo album, So, which was a big, big hit. It had Sledgehammer, which is a monster video on MTV. Red Rain, Don't Give Up, In Your Eyes became the song from Say Anything with John Cusack holding up the machine there. Just a great, great album by Peter Gabriel. I'm not the biggest Peter Gabriel fan. I like Phil Collins better, but this is a solid album. Fleetwood Mac, by the way, had 3 black and white albums. The one where Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined the band in '75. I had the big hits, Say You Love Me, Rhiannon, Landslide, all on here. Monday Morning, a great song. Over My Head. There you go, great cover. Then they followed up with Rumors, which is probably one of the biggest selling albums of all time. Great photos as well. This, of course, had all the big hits on it, from Secondhand News to Dreams and Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, The Chain, You Make Lovin' Fun, and Gold Dust Woman, among others. And then this double album, Tusk, which was a step back for them, but artistically, some would argue it's a better album than the 2 that preceded it, and I disagree, but it's still a black and white album for the time. One other album I wanted to share was that I don't have on vinyl, only on CD. That's Jackson Browne's I'm Alive, sort of a comeback album, 1993 breakup album. He was with Daryl Hannah for a number of years, and this is really airing it out and telling the world I'm still alive. I'm dead inside, but I'm trying to rediscover my artistry and that type of thing. His first 5 albums are untouchable for me. They're great singer-songwriter albums. Then he went through those 80s years with some political stuff, and this is a great relationship album, or breaking up album, as it were, and fighting to stay alive above the water, coming up for breath. And the songs are just fantastic. It's arguably his best album post Running on Empty. So that's my contribution to the black and white cover theme that Sam St. John started, or Americana Sam. Sam, thanks for starting it. Glad to be a part of it, and thanks for encouraging me to do it. So everybody go out there and subscribe to Sam over at Americana Sam, one of the great channels in the BC. Thanks again. Hope to see you soon. Bye.